Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, before we get into this video, please make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're able to be a little more explicit, a little more uncensored, and share content freely without running the risk of having our channel terminated. So, once again, make sure you head on down to Instagram and follow us on our official Instagram page at Hookah Anonymous _. We're almost at 100,000 subscribers. So if you like this video, make sure you subscribe and hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. Now let's get into what you guys came here to see. Now, very unfortunate news today, as the drill scene has been deeply impacted, as they would take a loss when Makado600 will pass away today while incarcerated. Although many suspected that maybe it was the ops that maybe got a hold of him and did something to him, that doesn't seem to be the case here, as Makado was found in his cell unconscious as he would overdose off drugs. Now, before anybody goes judging or asking questions on how he was able to OD on drugs while being in jail, just know that getting drugs in jail isn't as hard as people think. Not to mention, when dealing with a case, fighting a case from the inside and having to cope with all types of feelings and emotions, and still having to remain strong because you're around, nothing but masculine energy all day, not knowing what's going to happen with your freedom, inmates often turn to drugs to ease the pain. Now the question now becomes, did Makado purposely overdose due to the time he was facing and the situation that he was in, or did he mistakenly OD off drugs? Now, for y'all that aren't familiar with Makado, he was affiliated with guys such as King Von, Little Durk, Memo600, 600 Breezy, Puka600, pretty much the whole 600. And he even admitted that King Von was the only person he looked up to when he considered anybody to be a big homie. Now, for the ones that don't know about Makado and why he landed himself in jail, facing a whole bunch of time, it was alleged that Makado was involved in a shooting that took the lives of two women sitting in a car at the red light back in 2017. The two women were Janine Dowell and Juliet Washington. Makavell Sampson, aka Makado600, and oblock affiliate Kevin Brown, aka Lil Scud, would be charged and arrested for the killing of the duo. With the eyewitness on the scene, the witness followed the gray car that Makado and Scud was allegedly in, and upon following them, they arrived to an apartment building a half a mile away. The witness would call the police and direct them to the exact car used after the shooting. DNA was left behind in the car, where DNA in the passenger seat belonged to Brown, aka Lil Scud, and the DNA in the driver's seat belonged to Makavell Sampson, aka Makado600. On top of the DNA evidence, prosecutors say that they also had surveillance video that pinned the two to the crime scene as well. Makado will also be tied to the crime because prosecutors say that he made 15 calls to a person who faced an aggravated battery charge against one of the victims, who ended up being convicted for it after her death. Although the motive is unclear behind the shooting, hearing that would make one person assume that it may have been a paid hit against the two women, or one but the other just happened to be at the wrong place at the wrong time. Some say they repped a rival gang and played a part in setting up Abdul's, and some say that they were supposed to testify in the case concerning the battery case against the other suspect who alleged set everything up. But the truth is, nobody knows. Now, when it comes to the case with Makado, Lil Durk supposedly paid for his attorneys despite him being locked since 2018 and waiting 5 years to this day and still have no verdict. The virus and shutdown probably played a part in the delay back in 2019. Either way, Makado was awaiting trial despite being offered 20 plus years along with Lil Scud. Lil Scud took the plea deal, but Makado decided to take it to trial to see if maybe he could beat it. Only problem with that is that Trey 5, who was an affiliate of Makado's and oblock, he snitched on Makado, giving police exact times, locations, and everything after Makado was allegedly involved in the shooting. Trey 5 will explain that Makado called him after the shooting to come pick him up from 58th and Calumet, where he will also say that Mac told him that he caught white girl from a rival neighborhood known as MOB. The person he was referring to was Janine Dowell, who went by the street name White Girl. Trey 5 proceeded to say that he would take Makado back to Parkway Gardens, where they would part ways, and that was that. So in a nutshell, Makado was facing a lot. It was surveillance that they claimed they had, DNA, And now somebody close that was pretty much pointing him out, detailing what happened, and saying that Makado told him personally that he the one that quote unquote caught white girl. Now, we don't know if maybe any of this had anything to do with him ODing on the drugs. However, maybe it was just a lot for him to handle because he figured that he wasn't getting out at all. We would never know. And after getting word of Makado's death, guys such as THF Bayzoo would respond to Squid Ape's post on Instagram saying, quote, crying emoji, can't believe this ish, heartbreak emoji. He will also take to his story to acknowledge him, as he would repost the Squid Ape post to his story and caption it saying, quote, my heart, heartbreak emoji, and sad emoji. Now, judging from the Squid Ape post itself and the comments, most people are just lost and confused behind this. It came out of nowhere, not to mention he wasn't too far away from his trial date. I see people judging and saying all type of things. How can he do that? How can he OD? First and foremost, you don't know when you're going to OD unless you plan it, right? And even sometimes, even when you do plan it, it don't happen accordingly. So you can't judge people, man, because sometimes a person can only be so strong, especially when you're incarcerated and going through the type of terms and conditions that Makado was going through. If y'all remember, he also called from jail and let it be known that despite people yelling free him, only Lil Durk and someone else was actually looking out for him. So things like that start to take a toll on you as well. It's one of those situations that if you never been through it, you just wouldn't understand it. Alright, it's just another unfortunate situation, man, but a lot of this goes down, and this is the downside behind all the drilling and stuff that your favorite drill artists don't mention. Whether you're taking drugs to cope with the pain or hide whatever you're going through, this can happen to literally anybody. Whether you're locked up, whether you're free on the outside, and usually it's even worse when you're free because you have more access to some of these drugs, whether it's a controlled substance, whether it's alcohol, no matter what it is. There's a lot of guys taking drugs to cope with everyday life. Some people take drugs because they can't fathom the type of things they've done or are currently doing, whether it's a controlled substance, like I said, alcohol, whatever. That's how some people get over it. It's a form of escaping. But sometimes in certain situations, you just can't escape. And maybe that's what happened here. So as of now, man, rest in peace go out to Makado600. My condolences go out to his family and all his friends. Y'all get in the comments and comment RIP for Makado. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content. And remember, as long as you keep on watching, I'm going to keep on dropping. And I'm out.